intelligent life in the universe outside of Earth? It's an ancient question from early human societies to the past eras when a newscaster would sit up right here, like I'm doing with you now, and raise the question.
Good evening. Reports of flying saucers are nothing new. From the beginning of recorded time, men have been seeing unexplainable things in the sky, and there's no reason to doubt they saw something.
They saw something. That Walter Cronkite report ultimately dismissed the prospect of alien life, but the question is gaining traction because of evidence like this.
Newly released video raising questions about the existence of UFOs.
The subject of unidentified flying objects has become a matter of national security.
If there's something out there that's bigger or faster and stronger, we've really got to answer that question.
What is true, and I'm actually being serious here, is that there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are.
Obama putting his credibility on the line to say they really don't know what they are, which is different than spies asserting that they don't know something as a cover because they actually have some secret spaceships or technology. If you believe Obama, he's saying they see stuff they really don't understand, which brings us now to our special report on UFOs and the prospect of other intelligent life in the universe. These are topics the U.S. government tackled in an intelligence report, which included 150 instances of UFOs documented, including some on tape.
My gosh! They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. Well, if there's like this thing, it's rotating. Oh, got it! Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at that, man. Look at it fly.
Dismissed, but some reports had so many witnesses it was hard to argue they all made it up. Back in 1952, you see the headline, "Flying Objects Near Washington Spotted by Pilots and Radar." Air Force reveals reports of something, perhaps saucers. Well, here's a journalism tip. When perhaps saucers makes it into a New York Times headline, we really don't know what's going on. Perhaps saucers? Perhaps. There was also a report in the 60s. A whole town in Michigan saw glowing lights, large football shapes at low altitudes. And then there were some pictures, but basically only still ones at the time, like this. No real video to give you that in-person perspective. Now, in that Michigan incident, an investigator ultimately concluded that people's eyes were deceived and they were actually witnessing not alien life, but a kind of natural gas effect.
That I cannot prove in a court of law that marsh gas is the full explanation of these sightings. But it does appear to me extremely likely.
Now, that's what he thought was likely as for the government, apart from what it may think or what it may have known. The New Yorker notes the larger context here, that in the Cold War it was crucial the government be perceived to have control over its airspace. That logic continues. Most governments want to have that reputation. Now, they don't need to be in on some alien conspiracy or secrecy to take an approach that would discourage entertaining even the possibility of aliens. Now, those recent Navy pilots, they said they felt like they might lose credibility with their commanding officers if they made too big a deal out of these unexplainable sightings. And you could see why. Whether or not there is overwhelming evidence of UFOs, a sound approach to finding facts, be it in government or journalism or science, is to be open to possibilities based on evidence, not to ignorantly dismiss things or worry about mockery. So there are reasons to take this seriously. Evidentiary reasons, national security reasons, and while tonight's story is about UFOs, it's about more than that. It collides with government secrecy and even arrogance, which can be counterproductive. Take, for example, this top-secret Air Force facility in Nevada. As far as the U.S. government was concerned, the place you're looking at here does not exist. But it does. It's Area 51. And that secrecy fed even more intrigue until the U.S. officially acknowledged it in 2013, spurred partly by the top Democrat in Congress at the time, Senator Harry Reid, who was pushing for more transparency. He wanted the U.S. and the government here to take these issues on to fund UFO research. And that approach to the issue also started to change as the videos made these sightings more mainstream. And the research that leaders like Senator Reid were advocating for fed to the idea that maybe this is a legitimate area to explore. Then you have more reports, like the Pentagon's mysterious UFO program, which the Times revealed in this investigation and released those tantalizing videos.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
Yeah, look at that thing, dude. And those kind of sightings occurred reportedly almost daily in 2014. The witnesses have also spoken out.
I said, dude, do you see that thing down there? And we saw this little white tic-tac looking object, and it's just kind of moving above the whitewater area.
I was in a government aircraft because I was on the clock, and so I feel a responsibility to share what I can, and it is unclassified.
So this is a difficult one to explain. You have rotation, you have high altitudes, you have propulsion, right? I don't know what it is, frankly.
Now, even longtime veterans of the U.S. government still seem to want to sidestep this in public, though.
President Obama says that there is footage and records of objects in the skies, these unidentified aerial phenomenon, and he says we don't know exactly what they are. What do you think that it is?
I would ask him again. Thank you.
Biden on the Obama comments, and politicians generally want to avoid headlines about UFOs, partly because our culture and frankly much of our media just turns it into a conspiracy or some kind of joke. But for all the intelligence and technology and weaponry in our government, aren't high-ranking government officials the people who might know more? Who might be able to level with us on whether to just reject this for some good reasons or take it more seriously as a prospect? What does the CIA really think about all this? Well, its former director, John Brennan, turned some heads as he raised the prospect of activity that he says might, quote, constitute a different form of life.
Some of the phenomena we may be seeing it continues to be unexplained and might in fact be some type of phenomenon that is the result of something that we don't yet understand and that could involve some type of activity that some might say constitutes a different form of life.
A different form of life. That's not nothing coming from a CIA director. But now here's the thing. The democratization of video does also cut both ways. If everybody from Navy pilots to kids have cell phone cameras, why aren't we getting any better, closer footage? Why have all the historical accounts of actual alien beings who land on Earth and talk to people? Where have those gone? Why does the UFO phenomena close to the land seem to dry up, with virtually no videos showing that? As the technology to record grows by leaps and bounds, skeptics ask, why do these so-called phenomena take their own leaps away from our cameras? Isn't that a little odd or convenient? Neil deGrasse Tyson brings his scientific lens to all this. He has publicly asked, why do UFO believers demand everyone accept these videos that remain grainy, far off, over the water, and far away from most cities?
I'm thinking if we were being visited, somebody would have some good footage. If we were being visited, I'm thinking maybe Google satellite images would catch spaceships that are not airplanes moving on our surface. If we were being visited, I'm thinking we'd have something better than fuzzy monochromatic video of objects that apparently reveal themselves only to Navy pilots, right? All of what has been put forth as evidence for aliens, to me, is insufficient evidence to excite my interest, my research interest in devoting time to finding it out.
Now, that new Pentagon report says most UFOs are unexplained, with suspicious flying objects that move against the wind at considerable speed. Pentagon exploring several explanations, while experts ask if some of these are maybe from China or Russia. Bottom line, there are three main theories of the case here. One, these are natural phenomena that look unusual but just aren't from aliens. Two, like Area 51, this is some kind of secret tech from some government, but not alien. Imagine finding an iPhone prototype in 1990. You might wonder if it's from outer space. It was actually from the near future. Then there's the big one, the theory that some people have witnessed alien technology, and that technology gets harder to detect as our own human technology improves its ability to record it. Which is it? This is not a drill.
So I'm trying to compose my blog post for tonight. And I'm thinking, it sounds really believable that I went to prison and hugged a bunch of really nice prisoners while a DJ Busy threw on some records and Richard Branson told me where I can score some free heroin. True story. Lesson number 1. Never believe a prediction that doesn't empower you. When I was born, the doctors told my parents that I would be dead within the first 24 hours of my life. 35 years later, all those doctors are dead. And I am the only doctor that remains. Never believe a prediction that doesn't empower you. How many predictions have been thrown at you your whole life? If you believe predictions that do not empower you, you will wither away and die. Either physically die or your spirit will die as you just walk around the world like a carcass that is just following the masses. You will be given a lot of titles in your life. You will be told so many different things. You must only listen to that which empowers you. I have a belief that has served me in my life, and that is that everyone is rooting for me to win, even those that do not know it. And I am not here today to tell you that I have had adversity in my life, and so therefore I know what you're going through. I don't have a clue what any of you are going through in your lives. I did not grow up in your neighborhoods, more than likely. I did not have your set of parents, nor do I live in your body. I have not had the events that you've had happen to you. I can tell you I am only an expert on one thing, and that's how to be me. And I do it well. But it's not come easily. I've gone through things that I don't wish upon anyone in this room. I've had metal rods pulled out of bone marrow while I was awake. I've had jaw infections where teeth had to be extracted and I can no longer chew my own food. I have to get up every day and be showered and cared for physically by another human being. Fortunately, she's a gorgeous woman that I married. I get stared at everywhere I go, and the moment people meet me, if they don't know a thing about my resume, they automatically, just by the human nature, think to themselves, oh, it must be so difficult to be that man. If somebody pities me, they're wasting their time. Because I have chosen a life of strength. And I am here to help you choose a life of strength. But I'm going to tell you, we've talked about drugs here. You know what the worst drug to ever hit the human race is? Pity. The moment you feel sorry for another person, or the moment you feel sorry for yourself, you're hosed. You are totally, completely frozen in potential. We cannot pity ourselves. We cannot pity you. Yes, I get to go home today. Yes, I get to have what many would call freedom, but I'm going to talk to you about freedom, about what I really choose to see freedom as. Because like I said, you cannot believe predictions that do not empower you. The second lesson today is you are not your condition. You are not. I am not disabled. Sure, I'll take the handicap parking privileges. But that does not define me as a man. Not able. I've been looked at and treated my whole life as if I am not able. I have had to rise above and show people that the only disability is one's refusal to adapt. You have to adapt to whatever environment you're in, even if it's prison. And what does adaptation look like? I think it looks like celebration. Because when you meet people that are celebrating their life, you want to be around them. You want to learn from them. You want to do business with them. You want to hire them. Look, if you do not want to be seen as a prisoner or a convict when you get out of this, or even while you're in this, then it's an attitude. It is a belief in yourself that you bring value to the human race, no matter what your current condition, title, or stature is. Because if I believe that I'm disabled, I would wither up, I would be shy, I would be insecure, I would be afraid, I would act like I need your help. And the rest of humanity would be okay with that. But I choose something else. I choose to be strong, I choose to be a leader, I choose to have words to move this planet. I'll tell you why I was born. And I hope it inspires you to find out why you were born. I was born to rid this world of insecurity. Because when a human being is insecure, they do stupid stuff. When we feel like we're not enough, we chase external validation and external objects to try to tell us we're enough. Thank you. You are enough. I'll tell you, I made a pledge as a therapist to love all human beings no matter what they've done. Because deep down inside, I've found that every human being just wants to be loved. Even if they're tough, even if they're scary, even if they're vicious, you get them in the right position at the right time, they'll tell you the truth. They just want to be loved. You know who they want the love from the most? Not their moms, not their dads, not their wardens, none of these people. They want to be able to look in the mirror and love themselves. And if you can figure that out, then you're going somewhere. But you cannot feel sorry for yourself. When you feel sorry for yourself, you will wither. But there's a contradiction to feeling sorry for yourself. It's the opposite extreme. It's what I call bullying yourself, beating yourself up, being your own enemy and telling yourself that all those predictions, those negative opinions, they're true, they're right, you're washed up failure, you're not going to amount to anything. Bullying yourself is the most dangerous thing that you could do. You cannot afford to pity yourself. You cannot afford to bully yourself. You have to love yourself. Because the last lesson that I'm going to share with you today, that is, I'm going to teach you what the real prison is. It's not surrounded by barbed wire or electrical fences. The real prisons do not have guards. The real prison's up here. And we all got it. We all have a mind that chatters, so often won't stop chattering. Do you know where your salvation is? It's not outside these walls. I've met so many people that are so extremely successful and famous that are in prison because they're stuck in their minds, bullying themselves, pitying themselves. True freedom is dropping down out of that mind. And what my wife has taught me is drop into your heart, into mastering this beating thing that is more than just sending blood to the extremities. What is it doing? It's sending emotional possibilities, infinite possibilities of choice in our behavior, in our life, in our attitude. When you love yourself, whether you're sleeping on a prison cot or in a mansion, whether you have food in your belly or you don't know when your next meal is coming, when you love yourself, when you learn to master your emotions, then and only then are you free. I love you, each and every one of you, and I wish you freedom within these walls. God bless.
Finna do this boy spray prank on her. I'm waiting for her to go get in the car.
Damn, who was that? Oh, fuck no, that wasn't me that time. Oh, hell no. You sure that wasn't you? Damn, Fat. No, Fat got that. Was not me. That was not me. God damn, fuck the fucking window. Fuck the hell out of this fucking window. Hello. Don't even lie on me, because that was not me. That was not me, Fat. Man, I'm about to put you out. You got to get the fuck out. That was you? Fuck no, turn your fucking air off. Turn the fucking air off. Hello. But that, don't lie, that was not me. Because I'd have said that was me. And I would have been laughing if it was me. I'd have said I was fine. I'm dropping your ass back off there. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. And then she said it'll be a cackle like a fucking chicken. Girl, what did you eat? Bro, that bitch getting in the back. What the fuck she ate? Oh Lord, and there's steady coming out. Please raise your ass up so we can hit the one. Damn. See, when I do that, I'm gonna say, let me get you. I'm a FaceTime girl. I'm a texting and I'ma leave you crying. Don't get it. Oh Lord, look, that's it. That's it. I'm taking your ass home. I think damn, that's so. You're not gonna sit here and chill right. I'm going to the hospital and get time out. Right there, you gotta let us go. We gonna pass gas, dog. We had a.
I don't think I gotta find no more.
I ain't worried about move my head.
If you let us know.
Huh? No, I don't even want to know.
Well, I know she can't bring it up, back up more.
But she gonna have to hold it like that. Tighten that ass up. Mom, that's like a nigga trying to get in that motherfucker. Tighten that bitch up. Oh, smelling like shit. You better check your damn paint before you get out of this car.
You must have had
Damn. I hope wherever you saw this motherfucking video to you tell them that you fought in the goddamn car. Man, that you shitted on yourself.
I don't know, but if I had to, I would say y'all excuse me, I can't hold it.
Excuse me? I know the bitch that did. She went to laughing. Oh my God.
I did.
Again?
No.
I know I should have moved me a gas man.
You somebody. No. That smell like egg car.
Bitch, don't do it. You do, bitch. Don't do it. Ain't no we got some money, you're losing gas. Oh, I got her get to the house though. I'm gonna pass out on the road. A fumes. And it ain't car fumes. I don't smell shit that smells like shit.
Oh my God. Expect to raise once in South Park with your ass up. I'm serious. Titties by your backups are from LA 415 to college. 12 by your backups are steady from the 10-12 split.
I got to ride that home with this shit. I'm gonna tell my kid about this out your
Into it right now. Try crib. One day. 1
With Hotels.com, get rewarded from seaside cabins to resorts. For every 10 nights you stay, you get one free. Hotels.com, you and get rewarded. For nights don't include taxes and fees.
This traffic update is brought to you by Go Auto Insurance, your local auto insurance solution. Be safe, don't text or drink and drive. Go Auto at 926-7000. That's 225-926-7000. Go Auto Insurance.
What is
Hey there, it's me, your stomach, down here. You know the one who can talk. Anyway. With a few of the other stars. Treat those. Everyone's here to talk to you about Subway's new savory rotisserie style chicken Caesar signature wrap. It's an apple pie, I know. The new Caesar sauce and double the rotisserie style chicken. It's not the only thing that's full. You know what I mean? Because in the stomach. Let's get out of here. Subway, make it what you want. Double meat based on average 6-inch sub. School is back in season, and that's why they last. Make your plans for Thursday, August 2nd.
You know, a lot of people driving these
for the back-to-school celebration in Virginia.
Oh, Lord! Damn, then she put the window up.
As realtors, we won't stop until you own the house you own.
No, you're not riding that for me. You
really want. Go ahead.
Hey, you gonna catch that bus.
Closest you'll ever
You
come
make
to
them pull.
Oh, but you
I'm
also
getting toxic chemicals in his hair. Please help us, somebody. Oh, the bus. Please put on that motherfucker. Damn, what my free?
She must have started on your porch because you remember I said yellow smells sulfur.
That was sulfur ass. Damn. I left my spray at home. Ain't that a bitch?
I ain't got no spray on it.
Look, I got spray at home. Fuck. Oh, my God.
Girl, you stink.
Oh, God, my damn thing came up my nose. Oh, give me my roast beef. This motherfucker stinking by me. Oh,
you praying, Mama? You praying?
Come on, like, please. Y'all get the fuck on. Fuck.
Somebody shitting on their damn
Oh, fuck. I'm about to swing her fucking ass out.
Come on,
side. Move.
Fast food just ain't Texas. Move.
Move your loser. We got a loosey booty in here.
She got to have diarrhea, Margaret.
Oh, Lord, please don't keep fighting like that because you won't shit on yourself. Damn. Oh, Lord, is that saved?
Come on, bitch.
Oh, Lord.
Come back like Margaret now. It's emergency.
Why was this to give you low range? Hold on, this bitch is the one up again. Fuck that. How you lock these motherfuckers? Damn. Lock, fuck. Oh, fuck that bitch. Fuck that shit. That's bullshit.
I thought your force Margaret.
What?
I thought your force make a pattern. I'm going down.
Oh, Lord, you did it again. I be damn she ride back home with me. I be damn that's so. Now this motherfucker got she ain't. Oh Lord, I can see you in talking. Now get your book, your book.
Go to the hospital for right at you.
Fuck that. I'm gonna have the front period.
You on your part now.
Oh, not near while we in here. Hold up, let me ask this man. Just give me some.
Settle your delinquent tax problem.
Where do I park at for like, my daughter-in-law had a baby? Where do I park? I want to be close because I can't walk that good. And inches 3? All right. Thank you. Alright, we got bad gas going on in here. Oh my God. Fuck that shit. Fuck it. Fuck. Man, I'm not doing something. Damn, that's all. Piss off who? Fuck that. What they say? What they say? For what? For what?
It don't say. Entrance 3 that way. Turn right here.
No ass all those entrance, whatever. Bitch, you better stop.
Bitch, please stop between the whiplash and this fucking car put down. Right up there, you see?
Fuck, I ain't going that way.
Park somewhere there.
Well, I don't hurry up by the right park.
No, you can't park there.
Yeah, right in here, watch it.
Oh, yes.
They got, oh! Damn, she did it again. Oh, my God.
Oh, my back. Oh, my back. What happened to the car? Oh my God, your granddaughter's a trip, girl. She gotta be rolling back here. Between you and
Damn, I'm dead.
Oh, but she can't go up in that room like that.
Yeah.
No, she can't.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God, they gonna help us.
God ain't gonna help us.
Go in there, boy. Yes, yeah, you gonna hold your asshole up.
Oh my God, man. Oh God, I can't ride with her like that no more, Margaret.
Baby, shall be dead. I'm right
Sure, she ain't got no gas.
Put your window up. But just wait, drunk shit. Fuck, don't tell me about goddamn one.
She ain't got no gas before she get in here. So I
Fuck
right
that
now, I
shit.
gotta get the fuck out of here.
Hold on. They showing it off. Am I in the right spot? Oh, I just roll it back.
Oh no, open the door, please. Oh my God.
Now, is this the way you go for maternity wards? Where people that had babies in?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No. That was the end of the prank, y'all. I might do it on the way back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.